We are talking with Christopher Hall of Vestus. We call this foreclosure talk, and we're talking about foreclosures. I wanted to ask you specifically how you target a certain area or which home in a certain area, because I know that the areas can be basically they can sell more quickly in some areas.
Definitely. Well, I sent you a link the other day. It's just the same thing that we give to our investors. And what we
Yeah,
do is we say if somebody's going to buy, fix, and flip a property, there are certain areas, and we're just going to talk about King County today. I mean, we give this to all the different counties as well. But we actually have a company that provides us information that is direct stats right off of the Northwest MLS. And what it does, I think you're showing the map now that I sent you the link on.
yeah, I got it right
But
here.
this is something that we don't republish. This is just something that we give to our investors. And basically what it does is it says, if I'm going to buy a property, I'm going to fix it up and I'm going to sell it, which areas are going to get that money back in my pocket as quick as possible? Well, according to this map that you have up, a year ago, it looks to me like it was kind of the Ballard or Shoreline or North Seattle area, because that was an area that has always had about less than 1 month supply of inventory. And if you look at what it is today, ironically, there's about 3 areas that have the lowest amount of inventory, and that's kind of Lake Forest Park and Shoreline, Bellevue around Microsoft, and again, always North Seattle has always done really well. But Bellevue right now is on fire. And the reason we give this to our investors is we say if there's a huge lack of supply of inventory and they buy a property and they fix it up and they put it on the market, it's obviously going to sell in 3 days in North Seattle. It's going to sell in 2 days in Bellevue with multiple offers. So again, the question kind of is, which house should I target? If I'm going to buy, fix, and flip, I want to be, this is my Bible every single month of where I'm going to flip properties. And the nice thing about this is actual statistics off of the Northwest MLS. So you know it's accurate. We can break this down to price range. We can break this down to how many listings there are, how many days it takes to go pending. I mean, this is something we give to our investors every single month, and it's extremely accurate. And I want to bring up kind of one point as long as we're on this slide, and I noticed that you're actually on South King County when you zoomed in there,
Yeah,
is the question kind of was, which home should I target? Well, if I'm going to buy, fix, and flip, I'm going to use this map like we just talked about. However, if I'm going to buy and hold, strangely, all of South King County is going to be your better area. And the reason why is I can still buy a house in South King County for $180,000 that's worth $250,000. My payment on $250,000 is probably $1,000 a month, and I can rent out a 4-bedroom in Auburn for $1,800 a month. So if the question is which home should I target, if I'm going to buy and hold, South King County actually is where you really want to focus, because I can get homes affordable there, and I'm going to have positive cash flow of at least $500 a month. Now, if
right.
somebody says, I want to stick to Green Lake because it's all I know, or I want to stick to North Seattle because it's all I know. Well, a 3-bedroom bungalow in Magnolia is still $500,000. So it's
Yeah.
not going to cash flow as much. So I guess the message we want to send today, and what we give to our investors every week and every month, is we direct you on where should you buy to flip, where should you buy to hold, and of course, if you're going to live in the property, it's just a matter of wherever you want to live. But this is our goal, is to provide this information for you.
Yeah, and I think these stats are quite useful. I'm glad to know that you share it with us, but also that when we're there at the meetings at Vestus, we can actually dig in and get one-on-one time with you guys to really understand how to read those stats, which is there's the sensitivity to the data that we need.
Well, and somebody asked me this the other day, is would I rather have a great deal on Vashon Island or an okay deal in Renton? I might rather have the okay deal in Renton that's vacant and clean because it's going to flip immediately, whereas Vashon Island right now takes 4 months to sell. So if I'm really dealing with an ROI, or I'm trying to get that money back in my pocket as quick as possible, I need to know that information because it's a matter of how many times can I sell that property, get the profits, and reinvest that money and have it working for me over and over again, down to an ROI, and that's what we help our investors with.
Well, great. Thanks so much. This has been wonderful as always, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good, Stefan. Great to talk to you.
Okay.